I got a package in and I'm super excited about what I think it is. Let me see here. I got a tea ruler, which anytime I do florals and stuff and I'm trying to line this up, I love to have a tea ruler. Very cool. I got some new brushes. Princeton. They're Princeton calligraphy brushes. Cannot wait to try them. I got a couple of 2s and a couple of 4s. Let's see. Very cool. Can't wait to try these. What else is in here? Ooh, I got some paints. Let's see what I got. This is a neon pink that I love to just mix in with other colors. Let's see, I got Grumbacher Payne's Gray and Ultramarine. I'll be trying those out. And I got a golden green gold. Super excited about that. That is a gorgeous color. So, that is my package that I got. I love getting art supplies. I've got way too many, but it's so much fun. Hey guys, today I want to share with you something that I love to do, which is to take a painting I've already done and paint something completely different on top of it. It just adds layers and depth, and that's how I like to paint. I like to do lots of layers. So it's okay to start something, work on it for a while. A lot of times I'll do that and then dry it, put it under some heavy books. I have a whole stack of stuff like that. And then later, I'll decide that I want to paint a certain thing, and I'll pick out a painting that I've already done and just paint right on top of it. This is a picture of a pear that I don't want to finish and I'm not crazy about, so I'm going to use it to paint a cottage. And I'm going to start out, I want to keep, I love that dark blue, so I'm going to try to, I'm just putting some ultramarine on a paper towel, and I'm just going to start by continuing that blue. It'll need a couple layers, but I'll start with that. Let's see here. I think I'm going to turn it upside down, and let's see here. I'm going to mix a little white with that ultramarine and make a lighter blue. And I think I'm going to use that, and I'm just going to put that on for my sky. Just the initial, just rubbing it in with the paper towel, just to kind of get the gist of where I want the water in the sky here. I know I don't want it right in the middle, so I'm going to go for kind of thirds. Just putting it on real quick with a paper towel, letting some of the underneath show through. You can still see the pear showing through, but that'll get covered up. So now I'm going to take a green and I think I want like different sections, so sky. I don't want exact thirds, so I think I will grab some green and just come down here and maybe do that much and leave. When you put colors on top of colors, it's interesting because that's a sap green, but when I put it over the blue, I think it makes a pretty color. And it's a layer, so I'm just adding another layer to this. Whether it will stay this way, it's just fun to play like this. Alrighty, I'm going to take a piece of chalk, and I think I want a roof line. Let's see. I'm going to take my Stabilo and just put a roof line right there. It's really loose. Let's see, we're coming down. Trying to decide. I know I want kind of the sea back here. Maybe I don't want the cottage up that high. I'll just knock it back out. Put a tiny bit of light blue. I use that Stabilo, which is water soluble, so it's making it a little bit gray, which is okay. And then just kind of keep swatching. I put white, blue, just going to swatch that till. And again, the more layers you add, it starts to get interesting, and it just, the paint feels good when you layer it like that. Okay. So, let's see here. I think I just want just gonna put the roof like this. Kind of want the water to look like it's behind it, so again I'm going to just throw some white in here and bring the edge of my house up to there, I think. Just want kind of a cottagey roof looking thing. Yeah, maybe like this, and I'll make the grass, bring the grass up some. Sometimes it's fun to just paint with paper towels because there's no way to be exact. Alright, I like that. I like that little cottage. A little line here for a shadow. Alright, so we're using ultramarine blue for that water. So in order to gray that down, I'm going to add the complement, which is orange. I'm going to mix some ultramarine and orange, and try to come up with a kind of a grayish color. I'm going to add white to it. I'm going to use that as my roof, and I'm going to put it in real loose. Needs to be a lot darker. That actually looks like a good shadow color, so I'm going to darken up this roof. I might have to let it dry a little bit because it just wants to kind of move the paint around. But I do think I'm going to take that first gray and make my shadow. This will be my shadow color, and then the roof I got to make a lot darker for it to make sense, so that's okay. I'm going to make a nice fat shadow there. Not trying to get it exact. I like the sky. I might add one more layer. It's probably had time to dry. I'm going to add a lot of white to my blue, and then again add a little orange to kind of gray it down. It's too yellow. I need more blue. I want it light. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna swatch it on. Try to clean up that edge. You're constantly redrawing new painting, so I'm just gonna do it like that. Let's see. That's still a serious overhang there. I think I might. Yeah, maybe like that. Redraw. Always scraping with the end of my brush. It looks like a little gremlin right here. You all need to always keep an eye out for little faces and stuff. Even though I knew I was gonna add more blue right there. So this is my. Oop! I got some white in there. That's okay. One thing about water in a horizon, you always want it level. So I'll level that up even more in a few minutes, but just trying to keep it loose. It doesn't need to be exact. All right, I like the green grass. I think I'm going to take some red, or maybe I'll do pink. I like pink. I know one thing, I need to lighten the grass that's further away, and I think the grass that's at a distance, I'm going to get some light green, and I think I'm going to continue using a napkin and just lighten that grass right back here. I can blend it in. It just gives it a different kind of a soft look like that. I can always take the end of my brush, just scratch it. Oh look, some orange from the underpainting is coming through. That's kind of cool. Alright, so let's see. Let's see if I can make my roof darker now. I think I'm going to take that ultramarine blue and I'm going to add some raw umber, which should give me a nice dark. Alright, now I'm going to, there you go. I'm going to put that against that shadow. Just a real simple cottage. It's going to even need to be darker, but it gives you kind of an idea. And I want to use that darker gray to add a window. And I want the window to be very not like an exact rectangle. I want it to be loose. So I'm just going to mix up a dark and I'm just going to swatch it in. I can always cut it down some if it's too big. Okay, I like that. I'm going to take some of this dark and darken up. Alright, and I want the roof to be darker. And one way to dry it a little quicker is just to take a paper towel and just press it on there. That might have dried it enough to where I can mix up a nice dark. Nope, it's still too wet, but that's okay. I'm going to just tap that back in and then I'll just give it a little while to dry. When I do get it dark, it's going to really make that shadow pop out. So right now, I think what I'm going to do is I want the little cottage to be white, which is really going to make everything else seem more correct. So I'm going to put the slightest bit of blue in my white just so it's not so stark white. It would have a little shadow in it. Okay. And I'm holding my brush kind of at the end. I'm not trying to do this exact. Let's see. Just kind of touching it here and there. Just want it to look not perfect. Just kind of put on some paint, scratch and scrape. Okay. That helped the house. Alright. I'm going to add a little bit more of this dark right here. And this, it's too wet, so it's pulling the paint away, but I'll add another swatch of blue on that. Alright, I'm going to take some of my lime green, and it's okay if it goes up on the house because it would be just kind of touch it with your finger, just kind of smoothing out. Like I said, I don't want it to be exact. Just going to touch some grass in right here. It would be kind of coming over the house a little bit. Just trying to go for a kind of a not perfect look, so I like that. I am going to try to do the sky again with the blue, a little bit of orange, a lot of white. I want it kind of grayed, and then I'm going to pull it right here. And just kind of do my brush back and forth. Really trying to lighten it right down here by the water. The lighter this is, but I don't want it too perfect, but I do. Actually, where the horizon is, I want it very as straight as I can get it right here. Just eyeballing it. Because when you're standing looking at water, if you ever notice, it's straight. It's not wavy way in the distance. So I want my sky light. That way the water looks nice and dark. The lighter my sky is, the darker my water looks. And again, I can take the back of my brush and carve out my roof. Alright, I like that sky. Like I said, I grayed it down so it's not blue, super blue. Kind of do my brush back and forth. Alright. I love those colors. So pretty. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to try to darken up my roof now. Or do I want to add some... I think I might add some yellow flowers maybe to that field. I thought about doing red, but I kind of want to... I do love where that orange is peeking through from the underlayer. But I think what I'm going to do is put out a little yellow. I'm going to take a palette knife, get just a touch of that yellow, mix it with a little white. Kind of getting it really good on my palette knife, not too much. And I can always wipe this off if I don't like it, but I always love like some, I don't know what that is. It's not supposed to be there. I always like some like yellow flowers in a field, so I'm just gonna, and they'd be coming up They wouldn't stop right at the water's edge. You'd be kind of coming over like this. And same with the house. Maybe a little bit like that, and then closer you might have some bigger ones. Maybe not that big. Like here and there. All right. That looks flowery. Flowery, if that's a word. And all right, I'm going to put another swatch of white. Like I said, it's white with just the hint of blue, but more white. Although I kind of like that. I think I'm going to just lighten it up just a little bit more. As I come down here, I'm just going to do like this because I want it to look like grass over the... Touch it with my finger. Kind of touch it there. That looks like a... Not going for exact, just... It's a little too straight, so I'll touch it with the edge there. Ooh, that really makes that shadow stand out. Now if I can mix my darker color, again I'm doing ultramarine and raw umber, which should make like a nice dark color. I might just put just a swatch of white in it. Let's see here. I do want... It doesn't have to be perfect, but you don't want your roof like super wavy, so. Let's see here. A little stripe right there. So when I darken this up, it's going to make the shadow look better, and this color will look better against the light sky. Try to just kind of holding the end of my brush. If I keep doing like this, it'll pull some of the paint off, which sometimes helps the roof to look, and I can always put another layer. Kind of stand back and see if that... Oh yeah, that's pretty. Let's see, I might put a little... The sun's hitting right here, so I think it would be maybe just a little darker in the window right there. Okay. My water line's not exactly straight. I like the flowers. Let's see if we can stretch a little bit. Pretty much dried, but I might be able to get a little bit in there. Alright, now I'm going to take some of this really pretty green. This is sap green. I might put just a touch of the ultramarine in it, and I'm going to come down here. This is going to be dark. I can just kind of not trying to obliterate anything, but I'm going to make this darker and then just kind of sweep it up into here and some stems. Still some down here. It just kind of darkens that. Alright, I think I'm going to do the sky one more time. Again, that's some blue, a tiny bit of orange to gray it down, a bunch of white, maybe a little bit more orange. I kind of want it more grayed down. Yeah, looks good. And again, let's see here. Straight into just a little. Yeah, like that. And then even if it looks like there's some boats or something way in the horizon, that's okay. Or some clouds. Just kind of sweeping the color on. And I've got a little mark right there I'd like to smooth out like that. I went into my roof, so I'm going to scratch that out. Doesn't have to be perfect, but yeah, it kind of looks like some clouds or something in the horizon. You can always scrape. Ooh, ooh, that's scraping back some of that orange underneath, which I love. I don't know what it looks like, but it looks like something at a distance, which I like. There's some here, a little bit there. I actually, I was thinking about darkening the roof, but I actually think I like the color of the roof now. I might put a tiny bit more of this lime green, just touch it here and there. Really looks pretty up against that blue. And I think I'm going to put one more coat of white on the house, just so it looks like it's getting drenched in sun. Plus, that just makes everything else. My white had a little bit of yellow in it, which I like. And again, I'm going to scratch right down here so some stuff coming up over there. It's not just straight down here. Trying to soften it. Put some stuff in there and then you can always just touch it back. I don't know, just kind of squint and just keep touching it and scraping it until Plus I stand back and I can see that probably could. There. Take the slate green and just kind of just the bottom here and there. So I kind of ground the house. Let's see here. Put a little bit of this. A little darker at the base. It'll ground it a little better. Again, bring some of it down. I like that it's not even right there, so it kind of looks like it's like this is above the water a little bit. Okay, I think I love that. I thought I was going to have to put more blue on the water, but I actually like that blue shape. I'm looking more at the shapes. I like that blue shape. I love the color. Then I've got the sky grayed out. I love the shadow, the greens with the yellow, looks like flowers. Could put some little darks under, just some like loose stuff. And that was a Stabilo. It's water soluble, so now when I touch it, it's going to really bring out that dark. And I'm just going to kind of touch it around and soften it here and there, but it has a little bit of darker stems, whatnot down in here. Just something going on a little more down in here. Looks like some clouds way in the distance. Yeah. I'm going to stop there. Thanks for watching.